Good evening, everybody. I wanted to make a quick video for you guys, 10 minutes or less, kind of give you guys an update on the developing storm system here in the Bay of Campeche off the east coast of Mexico. Right over here, we have a newly designated 92L by the National Hurricane Center. Um, it's interesting because this is all the models are suggesting a east northeast track towards the state of Florida with this system. Um, a lot of the intensities on the models right now are not really showing more than a Category 1 hurricane max. However, as you know, in the world of the tropics, that things change daily. So we have to always keep that in mind, and it always depends on how the models initialize the original location of the storm. If it initializes it weaker than what it is currently, then it could end up stronger. Like right now, a lot of the models didn't really initiate it this organized. It almost seems like there could be a low level of circulation in there somewhere. So we have to really watch this overnight and see how organized this gets. Now, here's the other problem, and this is the reason why they're really looking at everything, is because there's going to be a big rain event. It's really That's the major concern right now, is going to be the rainfall that the state of Florida might be up against, especially central and southern Florida. Um, and that's because if you look down here, you also have another plume of moisture trying to form and get together. This is going to stay disorganized though as it comes up out of the Caribbean and heads into the eastern Gulf of Mexico, and it's supposed to ride this frontal boundary right across the state of Florida. So this is going to be the first setup of moisture that's going to come across the peninsula, and it's going to get us all nice and saturated down here. And if we aren't already, as you know, we've had plenty of rain across the state of Florida this summer and into the early fall. So any more rain that we get just overcomplicates the matter and continues to saturate the ground even more. So this is going to be system number one. Like I said, going to be weak and disorganized, but it's going to cause a lot of rain across the state, and that's going to, like I said, saturate it for this system here, which is supposed to head this way as well. So that's the issue at hand right now, is how much rainfall we could see across the state of Florida. So I'm going to pull up a couple graphics here for you real quick just to show you. This is a rainfall totals map possibility. Now, these change and will continue to change daily. As you know, that's how it is in the weather world. But it doesn't look, too, when you look at this, it doesn't look too crazy. But when you start adding these totals onto what the ground already has, then it could be. And these might be, some of these numbers might be underestimated. We have an 8 spot here down in South Florida. There's a 9 spot down here in the southwest coast of Florida. But you can see the majority of the heaviest rain is supposed to occur across the central and southern part of the state here. So just something to keep an eye on. Lots of heavy rain. Could be some localized flooding in spots. So hope you guys got that flood insurance. Here is intensity models, forecast intensity models. You can see here nothing above really a Cat 1. Everything is pretty much tropical storm, strong tropical storm, Cat 1 strength. So at least that's good. You know, we don't need any more strong hurricanes across the state of Florida. So it's more so right now, it's still supposed to be more of a big rain event than anything else. Let's see what else we got here for you. We got some forecast tracks. You can see the majority of those forecast tracks are keeping it right across central and southern Florida. What else we got? And we also got a possible center of location for the low level center of this storm. So let me blow this up for you just to show you some of these pressures on here. So any so I'm gonna, anything high, the higher the number, the better it is for us in Florida, because that means a weaker system. The lower the number, you have your millibars. These represent millibars. Then the stronger the storm is. So if you look at most of these, you got 990s, 980s, some 970s. you got a little core of 950s and 40s and 60s in here, so keep an eye on that. You know, but the majority of them are 990s, 980s, and 970s. So hopefully that's kind of where it stays. That means, you know, tropical storm. You start getting lower with the pressures, then you're going to be looking closer to at least a Cat 1. So, you know, anything is on the table between a tropical storm and a Cat 1 right now. So let's at least keep it at that. We'd prefer not to have any of this, but you know, it's Florida. It's October. It can still be active in October in Florida. It's the month that we get the most hurricanes, actually, not September and not August. So it's actually October. So you know, we're going to keep an eye out on it this weekend and watch for development of this system, and hopefully it doesn't get too strong. But like I was telling you earlier, the more it organizes over here now, the stronger it will be as it tracks across the state. So I can take a quick look for you at some of these forecast models, just so you have an idea of what some of them are showing. Just see here, and this is your GFS, the American model. If I put this into motion for you, we can see what the American model does. So you can see it stays wet across Florida there, out ahead of the actual 92L, and then you can see it brings it across Central and South Florida. Pretty much all these models do. We can go over to the European model as well and do the same thing with this. You can see here that it's in the Gulf, getting organized. Definitely a stronger system on the European model. As you can see right here already, it's at a 980-ish number on the operational run, you know, heading towards the west coast of Florida, southern Florida. So definitely got to keep an eye out on it this weekend. Like I said, the majority of this is going to be a big rain event. There's definitely going to be some gusty winds, and hopefully we won't have to deal with such a big storm surge threat on the west coast of Florida, because they are very vulnerable over there. So we're going to keep it, like I said, we're going to keep an eye on it this weekend. Prepare for a lot of rain. There could be a lot of areas with some very heavy rain and some localized flooding. So you know, just keep an eye on the weather, keep an eye on my page, and we'll keep you updated on everything. I appreciate you listening. Thank you.